That I was to sit, that you were to sit. All right, so this is opening.
This is yours. Okay.
And
this is mine.
Closing.
Okay, good. And then I've got my thing all ready. Okay. I'm very much grateful. Oh, what time is it now?
It's 2 minutes.
Okay, do you like my pen?
Oh, very nice. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Which is why you thought of the Lorax as a book? Perfect.
Well, it's one of my favorite Dr. Seuss books, but particularly. But we didn't see it back there. So.
What I need to do.
The one she has with you. Did you need water up there? Do you have some?
That's really good. Okay. All right, so these books are yours.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I have some by the chair.
Oh,
I'm gonna put my computer there. Oh, good. I was gonna set my computer here.
Oh, okay. So you want me to have that over here?
Yeah. Because that way I can leave it open and I don't have to log in and all that stuff.
Where's our bell?
Do you feel tall enough? See what? Oh.
Our bell.
I don't see it either.
What's your bell? Oh, well, I guess I'll just go ding, ding, ding.
Lost the bell. The little gong.
Oh, well, I'll just say ding, ding, ding.
Put back to the kids.
Okay.
You can just say ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. We can't find the bell. Anyway, so, good morning. We invite you to take your seats and prepare for this morning's service. Thank you. On behalf of the Worship Committee, welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Columbia. I'm your service leader, Deb Matherly. Our minister is the Reverend Stephen Robinson, and today we have a special guest speaker, our own Sharon Givens, who chairs UUCC's Green Sanctuary Committee and is active on the Social Action Committee. Sharon is a native South Carolinian with colonial immigrant ancestors. She is a member of the South Carolina Genealogical Society and the Daughters of the American Revolution. She earned degrees in journalism and mass communication from the University of South Carolina and worked in publishing for the American Association of Colleges for Teacher Education in Washington, D.C. In mid-career, she pivoted and earned a degree in geology from the University of Maryland. Following 9 years in State College, Pennsylvania, she returned to South Carolina and retired from the Palmetto Conservation Foundation, where she wrote grants to build the Palmetto Trail across the state. So we're very glad you're here, Susan. Oh, Sharon, okay. Sorry. I got another, anyways, Sharon, okay. Stay connected with our community by keeping an eye on the following communications. Our recurring events are included in the calendar with your order of service, but special events are also coming up. We provide an emailed newsletter every Thursday to keep you informed about these upcoming events, and please make sure we have your email address. And please listen to special announcements at the end of today's service, as we have some important news you won't want to miss. We warmly welcome families with children and offer childcare during our service for infants and children up to 4 years old. We have a designated seating area in the sanctuary for children ages 4 to 7 and their parents or caregivers. Feel free to bring toys available in the back of the social hall for quiet play. And today, children will remain in the service with their parents or caregivers. Okay. Today's flowers are provided by our wonderful team of volunteers. Now, please silence all devices as we center ourselves on today's service and listen to the prelude. Thank you. Kevin? Thank you.
Well, this song is the title song from my forthcoming album. The title's kind of a play on words, Mercury Rising. It kind of illustrates the intersection of migration and climate change, and it's a little tad dark. The only other thing I'm going to say about that is that there are 2 points of view in this song. One of them only is endorsed by me or probably anybody else here.
Potatoes, oaks lie in flinders, a maze on the ground. Sun glares like brass or a knuckle in your vision. Spoiled food and water are all that we found. So we took what we could and we just started walking, climbing the ridges and picking our ways, drinking from creeks and hushing the babies, begging for handouts and counting the days. Mercury rising, water in the air, calories fading, no one says it's fair. Waiting for one slightest chance to make a break. We are the heirs of survivors. Mercury rising, smoke is in your eyes. Music is droning, symphonies of flies, waiting for one slightest chance to make a break. Raise up your hand if you think you can say you're all right. Pitying eyes quickly shift to the distance, fear in the eyes of the men with the guns. We just keep walking as long as we're able. They won't let us stop, and it's useless to run. Drill, baby, drill. There's money for the taking. Drill, baby, drill. Don't worry your head. Drill, baby, drill. There's pet pieces. Drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill. Don't cry about the science. Drill, baby, drill. Don't worry your head. Drill, baby, drill. There's peace within the boardroom. Drill, baby, drill. And there's peace for the dead. Mercury rising, smoke is in your eyes. Calories fading, what a big surprise. Waiting for one slightest chance to make a break. Raise up your hand if you think you can say Mercury rising. Mercury rising like the Sardis page. Mercury rising, and what a big surprise. We are the heirs of survivors. Mercury rising like this heart of rage. Heedless of the rhythm, force within this cage. Waiting for one slightest chance to make a break. Raise up your hand if you think you can say you're all right.
Thank you, Kevin. All right. Now please rise in body or spirit and join me in the congregational covenant in your order of service. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve others in community. Thus do we covenant with one another. Please be seated. Okay. Unitarian Universalism is a diverse and non-creedal religion. Our community is founded on deeds, not creeds. We are a covenantal religion, meaning we don't have to believe the same to treat one another the same, with respect, equity, compassion, and dignity. We place love at the center of our values, embracing and welcoming all people. We're delighted to welcome all our guests and visitors today. And CJ will be passing the mic. Okay. And visitors, please wait for the microphone before speaking. Please share your name and where you're from when it's your turn. And if you have guests, please feel free to introduce them as well. And do we have any visitors? Please raise a hand. Okay, there we go, back there. Yes. Yeah.
I saw you raise your finger. Hi, I'm Josh Hennessy, and this is my fiance, Catherine Getz, or KK. Just in the neighborhood, we live here, and I don't know. Sometimes you hear the callings, sometimes you don't, and we heard it, and so here we are. So.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, welcome. Okay. Okay. So if you'd like to learn more about UUCC, we've got visitor cards in the pocket in the back of each chair. Please fill one out and place it in the collection plate so we can email you about our events. Our board members and committee chairs welcome your questions and comments, and board members wear green name tags, so thank you for being here. Today's chalice lighter is Christina Seals, who joined us in 2012. She is a counselor in CUPS, which is the Unitarian Universalist Pagan Society. Okay, Covenant of Unitarian Universalist Pagans. That's a mouthful. That's why CUPS is easier. So Spirit of Light and Life. come unto us. Thank you. And now our opening hymn is number 119 in your gray hymnal, Once to Every Soul and Nation. Thank you.
Our opening hymn, number 119 in your gray hymnal. Do I have audio? Okay. 119, this is Once to Every Soul and Nation. And I would urge you as you sing this song to also absorb the lyrics and see how they apply to today's theme and Sharon's sermon. And thanks to Kevin for writing a nice descant to this.
Once to every man and nation,
Opening words?
Thank you.
Yes. I was about to forget about that.
Okay.
Good morning. Our opening words this morning are, well, now I don't have it in front of me, but you have it in front of you. They're attributed to Chief Seattle, and they speak very much to what I'm going to be talking about today. I just recently learned, in fact, just this morning learned, that Chief Seattle is the anglicized pronunciation, and out in Seattle, you would know him as Chief Sealth. Teach your children what we have taught our children, that the earth is our mother. Whatever befalls the earth befalls the sons and daughters of the earth. If men spit upon the ground, they spit upon themselves. This we know, the earth does not belong to us, we belong to the earth. This we know, all things are connected. Like the blood which unites one family, all things are connected. Whatever befalls the earth befalls the sons and daughters of the earth. We did not weave the web of life. We are merely a strand in it. Whatever we do to the web, we do to ourselves.
And now Bonnie will read the story for all ages. If all the children will come forward, please. Do you need a... No, grab the chair. Or do you want me to grab it for you? Hi, kids. This is my first time. Is it on? I don't think.
It's
Oh,
on.
it's on now.
Lean into
Okay, I'll lean into it. I'll lean into it. All right. And I think this book, I picked this book, and I think it's appropriate after listening to what Sharon just said about all things being connected, okay? This book is written by a lady named Selena Kaluk, and she lives way, way up north in the northern part of Canada, in the Arctic. And it's called Sweetest Kalu. So Kalu is a brand new baby when this book begins. And it's going to be about Kalu and his connection to the earth and all the animals of the Arctic. Sweetest Kalu, on the day that you were born, this is kind of a wrong one. On the day that you were born, all of the Arctic summer was there to greet you. Smiling sun shone so bright and stayed through the night, giving you blankets of ribbon and warm light. Because it's pretty cold up where Kalu comes from, even in the summertime. So the sun was giving him warmth. Melodies of wind arrived, sharing stories of how the weather forms and telling you to always listen closely. Wise wind had learned your name, charming Kalu, and invited the world to meet you. Hold on. Oh, you had many wondrous and grand visitors. All the animals are going to come visit Kalu now that he's born, and they shared thoughts, feelings, and best wishes with you, darling Kalu. Adventurous snow buntings. I don't know if we have snow buntings here in South Carolina, but we do where I come from. And flowers for you to plant and grow with, reminding you to always believe in yourself. Happy Kalu. Arctic hare with willow and roots came to show you love so easily, and you became a best friend, baby Kalu, loving to give. A hare is a rabbit, right? And why do you think that rabbit is white? Does anybody know? Yeah. Why is he white? That's right, so he can blend in with the snow.
Yeah, I watched that book.
Good for you. And here we have a fox, but this is an Arctic fox, just like the Arctic rabbit, right? The Arctic hare.
I would call it a snowshoe.
You'd call it a snowshoe hare? Yeah, they didn't tell us. Yeah, maybe it was. Fox, so thoughtful and swift, came to tell you to get out of bed as soon as you wake and to help anyone who may need your help along the way. And he admired Kalu. Oh, thinking of you, the Arctic char, Kevin told me what this was. I didn't know. It's a fish. Arctic char enjoyed reflections in waters so green and gave you tenderness too, beautiful and handsome Kalu. Seal, whose favorite color is blue, heard about Arctic char's adoration of you, and Seal loves creativity and surrounded you with color. Nicest Kalu. Now comes the really nice picture. Does anybody know what this is? Yes, and what's this guy right here? A what? Yes, a narwhal. See? So narwhal and beluga saw the natural gift to the world that you are. They gave you spontaneity, little Kalu, and the joyful feeling that comes with finishing well what you start. Ooh, look at this guy. Do you know what he is? He's wild. This is called a musk ox. A musk ox. You were? Okay. He was about to say that. Well, that's a musk ox, okay?
So he shared heritage and empowerment to Kalu, because look, he looks big and strong, showing you how to protect what you believe in. And Caribou chose patience for you, cutest Kalu. He gave you the ability to look to the stars so that you'll always know where you are and may gently lead the way. We all know what this is, a polar bear. He had a powerful instinct and taught you to always treat animals with respect and never to scold them. Polar bear made an offering of gentleness, making you a modest and kind Kalu. The beautiful land gave you a practical foundation to balance and build upon. Never be lazy, beloved Kalu, because your land is a place of bright ideas. I think those are flowers, but they almost looks like cotton. I don't think cotton grows up in the Arctic. Dream a little, Kalu. This world now sings the most beautiful song for you. Slumber in safety. Tomorrow we'll wait patiently. Be calm, Kalu, and celebrate, because you are true love. And that's the end. And there's Kalu sleeping all snuggled up with a polar bear cub. I think it's a polar bear cub, like a baby. I think so. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Bonnie. And thank you, children. All right. And now is our, okay. Now is our time for candles of community. So if you have a personal joy, sorrow, or concern to share from this pulpit, please email or text our administrator by noon on Friday. You can also pick up a candle in the foyer before the service to share in person. We'd like to let everyone know that we have an active caring committee whose members wear yellow name tags and are available for those in need. If you have a candle, please come forward to share your joy or concern. Okay. Okay.
Hello, I'm Yolanda. I'm a member of the Partner Church Committee that most of you are familiar with, and this is a candle of enthusiasm and anticipation to the visit of our Partner Church minister from Romania, who will be here between July 16th and the 20-something. And we're going to have a big church picnic together with him on Saturday, the 19th, which coincides with the day that I'm turning 80 years old. So, woo! Yeah. And last year, I spent my 79th birthday in Romania with the Partner Church trip. It's a lovely, lovely experience. Jolt is a beloved and wonderful human being. He will have some wonderful words and enthusiasm and bring back the spirit of Unitarianism, which actually started a long time ago. The idea that we are free to think for ourselves and to choose our spiritual paths. A candle of joy for Jolt and welcoming him. Don't miss it.
Well, I get to be here this morning, obviously, but Connie does not, because she is up in Seneca, not New York, but South Carolina, up by Clemson. And she is there to help her friend Sally recover from knee surgery. She had a knee replacement. So this is a candle of safe travels for Connie when she comes back, probably in another week or so. Obviously,
a good healing for Sally, and good wishes for Sally's husband, Byron, who will no doubt be glad to see some return to normalcy. And what the heck, we hope the horse does fine too, because Connie's taking care of Sally's mare while she's up there as well.
I forgot my candle, so Deb is going to find one in a box and light it for me at some point. But I have a candle of, thank you so much. I have a candle of concern. And this candle of concern is for all the families and children in the hill country of Texas who have been devastated by some flooding. My heart went out when I watched the little children tell of how they were at their camp and they were in their cabin and the flood waters rose and they had to swim out of the cabins. And some of these are little guys, you know. And so far, 15 children have died and a total of 52 people. So it made me think of the days when I sent my daughter off to camp many summers, and never once did it cross my mind that she would die. So my heart goes out to those people, and I want to light this candle of concern.
Hello, I'm Bud Ashley. I want to light a candle of gratitude and joy today for the whole UU having Bob Sargent's art sale here for the last month. Today's going to be the last day, but I want to say thank you to everybody who has purchased a piece of art, and you got one more chance about an hour after the service. But thank you very much for everybody.
Good morning. My name is Melissa Engel. A lot of you know my mom, Alma. This is a candle of concern for her. My parents have been in Pennsylvania visiting friends for the 4th. Mom got severely ill Friday night and has been hospitalized ever since. She's making progress. She was feeling well enough to argue with me a bit this morning, so that's a good sign. But they've been having trouble getting her blood pressure stabilized, and at some point she's going to have to make the trip home. So if you can keep her in her thoughts, so that she can get back safely.
Hi, we're Mara and John Farley, and we have such a joy that we just decided not to sit there and not say something. Our daughter Rosemary has been gone for 2 years, teaching in Prague, and she came home on Tuesday. This one's for good, it's not just for Christmas. And
yeah, so we're very happy about that. Yes.
No, give me a second.
Okay, all right, here we go.
And she's sweet and beautiful and funny.
Yeah.
And brilliant, and we missed her so much.
So it's great to have her home. Yes, it is. Okay.
And even though she says she knows right now America is really a mess, this is still home.
Okay.
Is what she says.
Okay. And, yeah. And finally, we'll light one candle for all our unspoken joys and concerns. And let's pause for a few moments and think about what we've heard. So now, take a deep breath. Okay. So now we're sharing our abundance. This congregation proudly participates in our Share the Plate initiative, where half of our monthly cash collection is donated to a local charity. It's just one of our ways of giving back and supporting our broader community. This month's recipient is Justice 360. If you'd like to contribute to Share the Plate, please write Share the Plate in the memo line of your check or on your donation envelope. And thank you for your generosity. Introduce the offertory?
The offertory, I'm going to do a piece by Paul McCartney, which you're all familiar with. What? Anyhow, McCartney wrote this. You know, he's talking about in the world there are certain things that we take up a march against. We fight justice. We fight for justice against. And there's sometimes you just let it be and wait for an answer.
Okay. Would the ushers please come forward? Thank you.
I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. But though we may be parted, there is still a chance that they may see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, please, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still the light that shines on me. Shine on till tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music, and Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Sing the chorus with me. Let it be, let it be, let it be, please let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We sincerely appreciate these gifts, which reflect the generosity and kindness of our community. Thank you. Sharon?
Oh, of course, the password is required. Nope. Yes, I did get it. Okay. But now I have to find everything. There we go. Oh, right. Okay, so I'm going to start actually just a little bit differently from what I have written here. Deb gave me a cartoon this morning that is a view of the ocean bottom, and there's like a tractor thing that's digging up the bottom of the ocean. And it says, I think it's the whale that is, or some big fish, is saying, I guess they need the seabed minerals to make the batteries to power the machines to produce the plastics they dump in the ocean. Well, listen up, because you will hear something, a reference to this later on. So before I actually get started, I just want to thank everybody who has helped get me to this place this morning. Kevin, thank you. Kevin McKinney, Richard McLeod, thank you. I had planned to thank Connie and Kathy Paget, Connie Quirk, for the book, For All Ages, the story, which was supposed to be Coney the Pika's Warming World, but that didn't happen. But meanwhile, Bonnie, you did a great job stepping in. And of course, to the worship committee, I had no idea. This is the first time I've ever done a whole sermon, and I had no idea all of the various little tasks that I had to be involved in to do this. So, finally, I had a really good friend, Pat Thomas. She used to tell me, think yourself empty, read yourself full, and write for clarity. So this, I hope I have done. Here goes. Little did we know on the first Earth Day in 1970 that we humans would create today's existential crisis. Global warming and climate change affecting all of Earth's systems, atmosphere, oceans, lands, and life. Global heating is a new term for me from The Guardian, and it seems quite appropriate. New York Times reporter Kara Buckley began a June 25 article with the paragraph, quote, reporting on climate change isn't exactly uplifting. After all, the climate crisis is one of the scariest existential issues of our time, end quote. Buckley's story this time, though, was upbeat. She reported a joyful scene of the Vermont Green, a soccer club with a mission to promote climate action and environmental justice. Green fans told Buckley that, quote, finding joy was essential to climate action because it helped build resilience, end quote. Personally, I've been on an emotional roller coaster preparing for today, downhill in despair and uphill in anger. Because of global heating, Earth systems in practically every realm of existence are showing signs of breakdown and tipping points on the edge. Our planet Earth, our only home, is in a state of distress, and the interdependent web of all existence, of which we are a part, is in jeopardy. In 1994, my first geology professor told the class, we are in the midst of the greatest mass extinction in geological history. Extinctions have only gotten worse since then because of global heating and climate change, deforestation and habitat destruction, extermination, invasive species, and opportunistic diseases. Earth history covers a mind-warping long time. Seriously, when you study geology, you quickly discover that clock time and calendar time are irrelevant to geological time. The age of our planet is at least 4.5 billion years old. As for our Homo sapiens ancestors, the oldest remains that have been found are 300,000 years old. The entirety of human history is little more than a sneeze in geological time. Yet we humans have had a disproportionate influence on Earth's systems. We are the only species with the capability to destroy our planet. According to the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History, quote, "Human activity has fundamentally changed our planet. We live on every continent and have directly affected at least 83% of the planet's viable land surface. Our influence has impacted everything from the makeup of ecosystems to the geochemistry of Earth, from atmosphere to the ocean," end quote. And I would add the deep, deep ocean, because now we are developing the capabilities to exploit deep ocean bottoms for their mineral wealth. No one knows the ecological damage that mining the ocean floors will have, but I'm guessing it will be no different from land-based operations. That is, destruction with little accountability, especially with the collapse of government regulation. I had a remarkable opportunity at Penn State to work on a National Science Foundation program for studying hydrothermal vent systems, black smokers along tectonic plate boundaries at the bottom of the ocean. These hostile places are at the extremes of heat, pressure, corrosive fluids, and darkness, places where no one thought life could exist. Yet, life at hydrothermal vents does exist, and it is abundant. And it was discovered just 48 years ago, 1977. Geologists that year were searching the ocean floor near the Galapagos Islands for evidence of the then new theory of plate tectonics. They were shocked when the headlights of their tiny submersible swept across a patch of long white tubes with bright red feathers. They were just swaying in the current. These unique sea creatures, aptly, were named tube worms. Turns out these feathery appendages are bright red from hemoglobin, just like the same hemoglobin that carries iron in our blood. About 20 years ago, in the world's deepest part of the ocean, a Japanese team of scientists found trash, yes, trash, settled on the ocean floor of the Mariana Trench. In the same time frame, scientists were still cataloging new life forms whenever Alvin, that tiny submersible, brought up hydrothermal vent samples. Today, I cannot help but wonder, will we kill off life in the oceans before we even know what's there? The trash story reminds me of another warning that I've heard along the way. We have 3 ways to dispose of all of our garbage. We can burn it, which pollutes the atmosphere. We can bury it, which pollutes the land. And we can dump it at sea, which pollutes the oceans. We think we're getting rid of it when we put it out by the curb for pickup. The most distressing book I read while preparing for today was titled Extinctopedia. It's published by the Smithsonian. It's actually a book for, I'd say, middle schoolers. The stories are of extinct species, like the Carolina parakeet, the passenger pigeon, and the Barbary lion. These stories will break your heart, as they did mine, because of humans acting as if birds and animals didn't count for much. Despite my unhealthy fear of snakes, I was sad for the St. Lucia racer. This little reptile is extinct because humans brought mongoose to St. Lucia Island to kill off a different snake. The mongoose couldn't tell the difference. The same story happens with climate change and habitat destruction, as well as the more immediate insecticides, pesticides, and herbicides. None of these discriminate. The good are killed with the bad. The extinction of insects is the most worrisome. Researchers have noticed worldwide that insect populations are crashing in a phenomenon that's been dubbed the insect apocalypse. It's worrisome because insects are the pollinators, the waste recyclers, and the near bottom of the food chain for pretty much everything. Increasing ecological stress at some point can reduce their numbers to quantities too small to sustain higher species. According to the fossil record, insects have been on Earth for more than 400 million years. That's amazing. Author Elizabeth Kolbert tells of the disappearance of species through time, the fossil records they left behind, and the present state of peril for other numerous species. She won a Pulitzer Prize for her book, The Sixth Extinction: An Unnatural History, which was published in 2014. Before geology was a discipline, the discovery of fossils confused inquisitive minds. For people had no concept of ancient life. They trusted the biblical scholars. Nothing was older than 6,000 years. But fossils and the fossil record have led researchers to uncover 5 mass extinctions through geological time. The last one occurred about 65 million years ago and is credited with extinguishing the last of the dinosaurs and their cousins. Did everything die? No. Some life forms flourished after all 5 of those extinctions. Recounting the story of a volcanic island off the coast of Italy, Kolbert explained how carbon dioxide venting from seafloor cracks acidifies the water. Acidic seawater dissolves the carbonate shells of sea critters, such as the limpets that Kolbert witnessed. The physical and chemical loops, and I can tell you this from personal experience, these loops that transfer heat and gases between land, atmosphere, and ocean are extraordinarily complex systems. But they have a simple message. If the oceans and the lands become too hot, too acidic, or both, life has difficulty staying alive, much less thriving. Carbon dioxide is considered the most important greenhouse gas linked to human activity. Since 1958, the Mauna Loa Observatory in Hawaii has tracked an average CO2 level in the atmosphere. It has risen since 1850 from 295 parts per million to 430.5 parts per million a month ago. That's significant to global heating. China, we all hear about China. It's the world's largest contributor of greenhouse gases. They recently announced that its emissions have peaked 5 years ahead of their schedule. The country's emissions are still vastly above any other country, but China is expecting progress in bringing those levels down too. Its leaders are aggressively pursuing clean energy, battery technology, electric vehicles. In contrast, atmospheric levels of greenhouse gases are expected to rise in the United States. As we know, our government's new policy, Drill Baby Drill, gives the oil and gas industry carte blanche to extract ever greater quantities of fossil fuels, even on previously closed public lands. Federal support for renewable energy, primarily wind and solar, is revoked, as are federal resources for battery storage, electric vehicles, and charging stations. Our leaders are burying their heads in tar sands and refusing to acknowledge global heating, that even global heating exists, that burning coal, oil, and natural gas are primary causes, and that extreme and devastating climate events are the result. We've just seen that in Texas. They are foolishly ignoring the existential threat to all life. Human life on Earth now totals more than 8 billion people. That is a dramatic rise from 1970's 3.6 billion. Those numbers made me gasp. No wonder Earth is stressed. Similar accelerated growth is found in Earth systems across the spectrum of modern human life, from energy and water use to industrial agriculture, extraction of resources, and even international tourism. Guilty. Deniers of global heating and climate change are skeptical. We've all heard that. Who cares if the temperature goes up a few degrees? What difference will it make? I blame all of this on their ignorance of science, their lack of understanding the impacts of extreme heat, and their failure to elect politicians who would act on our behalf to constrain global warming. Canadian author Naomi Klein offers a different take. We've been duped. In her 2014 book, This Changes Everything, Capitalism versus the Climate, which I highly recommend everyone read, Klein documents uber-capitalist wealth and greed are behind the strategies of deception that undergird climate denialism. Climate elites rule the markets, trade, economies, wealth, and shoppers. And they consider global heating and climate change as distractions with no place in their trade agreements. Klein found that elites scoff at civil rights and justice and often exhibit a mean-spirited nature with disregard for climate victims. Her summary of neoliberal policy is an uncanny description of present current events. Quote, privatization of the public sphere, deregulation of the corporate sector, and the lowering of income and corporate taxes paid for with cuts to public spending, end quote. All of those, she notes, are incompatible with fixing global heating and climate change. Klein ends her first chapter with the following zinger, quote, the real reason we are failing to rise to the climate moment is because the actions required directly challenge our reigning economic paradigm, parentheses, deregulated capitalism with public austerity, close paren. The stories on which our Western cultures are founded, paren, that we stand apart from nature and can outsmart its limits, close paren, as well as the activities that form our identities and define our communities, paren, shopping, living virtually, shopping some more, close paren. Actions also spell extinction for the richest and most powerful industry the world has ever known, the oil and gas industry, which cannot survive in anything like its current form if we humans are to avoid our own extinction. End quote. Klein's analysis makes me angry. Her book could have been written yesterday. The systematic fraud and deception, the destruction of democratic government, public education, and public lands, the utter contempt for human rights and disdain for justice, social, economic, environmental, ecological, and climate. Like all of you, I am struggling with the question, how do we respond to impending cataclysmic climate change when so much of our political world is rigged and in chaos? Swedish activist Greta Thunberg urges us to stay focused on the climate and to do the things we can do. So, thanks to Rebecca Drennan, I made a list. It's in no particular order. I hope and expect you will add to it. Actually, I've already added a few things myself. The following is just a sample, and the complete list is in the social hall over by the window on the table with the nice new green tablecloth. Or maybe it's an old one, I don't know. Anyway, here's my list, short and truncated. We can vote. We can join others in protest. We can collaborate with Skuja and like-minded faith communities on justice issues. We can educate our representatives about the conflicts between their legislation and our values and principles. We can laugh and sing and have fun, share our joys and concerns, and build our resilience. We can and will do our best, for we are Unitarian Universalists. We work on the side of love, and ours is a faith with a long arc of activism for the things that matter.
Now, Sharon, I didn't really talk to you about this, but I'm going to add a piece to your sermon in this closing hymn, which is We Shall Overcome. We're going to sing one verse, then we'll sing it for real way. But I want us to sing this song with these lyrics. Shall we overcome? Deep in my heart, we wondered still, shall we overcome someday? And then we'll go back and we'll sing the whole song the way it is. Please stand. Shall we overcome?
Shall we overcome? Shall we overcome? Shall we overcome someday? Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe. Shall we overcome someday?
Now let's continue and sing the 4 lyrics as they're written.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart. shall all be free. We shall all be free. We shall all be free someday.
We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace.
Our closing words this morning are from Robin Wall Kimmerer, Mending Our Relationship with the Earth. It's the last chapter I'm not going to read the whole chapter. It's in the Climate Book, a 2024 book created by Greta Thunberg, and it is also worth reading. Kimmerer writes, "In my culture, a warrior is not someone who is motivated by fear or power, but someone called by love. Not the sentimental pink hearts kind of love, but the kind of love that makes sacrifices for the well-being of the other, who puts beloveds ahead of themselves. Let us ask each other, what do you love too much to lose? For me, my acts of love for the land are teaching and writing and science and voting, raising good children, raising a garden, and raising a ruckus when needed. This is how that love calls to me. I will do the big things and the small things, even though I don't know which is which. I will work for system change. I will write for cultural change. I will tend my patch of very full ground with science and with love, so that the one bowl is filled for my grandchildren and for the children of Orioles. Listen, how does love call you?"
Hold this, okay. So, as we extinguish this chalice at the close of our time today, may its light gently warm our hearts and guide our steps until we gather together again.
Please join me in singing the congregational benediction.
I have a couple of announcements, sorry.
I think you can be seated for a moment.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
You want to be seated for just a moment? Okay. The first announcement is from Susan Robinson. The Romanian Partner Church wants to be sure everyone is aware of the Saturday, July 19th, all-church picnic to be held when Jolt is here, as Yolanda mentioned. We need a count for our catered barbecue and vegan entry by next Sunday, July 13th. We want to have enough for everyone and also an idea of what vegetable, salad, or dessert you'll bring. Please check the e-blast this week for the schedule and the link to the RSVP form. Also, Jolt will preach on July 20th, followed by a meeting to view videos of the 2024 Romania-Hungary-Poland pilgrimage and hear about plans for a trip next year. Note, too, that all are welcome at Still Hopes at 4 p.m. Friday, July 18th for Zolt's talk entitled A Transylvanian and Romanian View of Ukraine. So help give Zolt and Katinka a warm UUC welcome. The second announcement, also, if anyone is interested in continuing the conversation with Sharon today on climate, and you're invited to stay. We're going to have a stay in the sanctuary for a bit. We're going to have what's sometimes called a talk back session for about 15 minutes if you want to continue talking. So thank you. And so our time together has come to a close. And before you leave, please take a few minutes to welcome our visitors and greet those around you. And see you next week.
One further note, Kevin and I are going to be playing a couple of patriotic pieces in honor of the 4th of July weekend. So visit with each other, leave if you want to, hang around if you want to.